Alright, we should be able to go live now. I can't imagine there's going to be too many problems with this stuff. It looks like my mic is on, so that's good. Hopefully audio sounds about correct, and the video's not lagging too much. But yeah, I'm going live a little bit early, so I think I'm ready, but who really knows if everything's up to date. The plan for this stream is basically to get another Rebirth in, or get closer to my next Rebirth. It is only going to be a 3-hour stream, so it's not like I have enough time to get a whole nother Rebirth in, but I am already a little bit into my current Rebirth, so maybe be able to get to next Rebirth. So, but we'll see. But yeah, basically just need to continue working through Yoko, and then once we finish with that, we'll start over into the back door. Pretty basic plan of action right now. It's pretty much the same thing I was doing in my last streams, working through Yoko, and just grinding through quests. So it's not that interesting not going to be that interesting of a live stream. I am straying a little bit into my Rebirth, but that's really the only thing different. Hello, Oliver Plays. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully it's definitely lagging. Well, let me go double check something. Yep, that did it. Hello, everyone. Yeah. You got the Onyx? Oh, it's the Glowjet. Hello, Brandon. Hello, Ferret. I missed all your chats because chat was being weird. Hopefully it's fixed now. Let's see. Let's pause. Good. Your screen is glitching? Yeah, that's just, lag. My computer's not the best computer, so it will lag quite often. Streaming and playing Roblox at the same time is not always going to be the most lag-friendly thing to be doing in the world, so yeah, it's lagging quite a bit. Always lags a little bit more on this start of these streams. Hopefully it's going to get better as time goes on and not worse. Yeah, it's a pretty cool hoverboard. It's the most expensive in terms of like gems hoverboard in the game, other than like the maybe the billion one in the store, but even then you could make an argument that it is technically could cost more than that one, depending on how much luck gum you're using and your luck factor. So yeah, it's pretty good, decent. Goodbye, Oliver. Glad that you could make it in for at least a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, looks like the lag should be gone by now. If not, oh well. It is kind of just going to be what it is. Honestly, I think Varus is rarer than Glowjet because no one wants it. Yeah, that's the thing. Even if something like Cosmic Wing technically costs more gems, then I'm using Cosmic Wing. Cosmic Wing costs more gems in total to get it than any other of the classifieds. Yet it is kind of one of the most common classifieds just because it is the best one. It's the one that people are most likely to go for. With Cosmic Wing, it's a little bit more skewed since of stats, but like even stuff like Varus, it's technically worth less, so people aren't going to be going for it as more, meaning it is rare, which is kind of a problem with or not really a problem, but a quirk with how rarity actually works, even when you have like same or just differing costs of stuff, but yeah. Currently I'm in college, so yeah, I don't really have a grid like that. But yeah, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have school for a while anyways. Let's see. Done with Cowboys. That's not that bad of a trade. Like, Bonesaw is the only thing there. I mean, I guess Skyquake is, I think, a limited. Like, most of that stuff, like, most people aren't going to care for anyways. There's... With boards, since they are all cosmetic, it really doesn't matter too much when you start trading them for other stuff, since it is kind of just what do you like better. But yeah, honestly, I do kind of want to be switching over to Ghost Surfer really quick. Man, this lag is... Is there something that I forgot to turn off somewhere? Let me double check my my task manager to make sure I'm not missing something obvious I need to turn off. Wait, did you rebirth again? Yeah, I kind of rebirthed between streams. I was kind of planning on getting up to 10 rebirths without doing another stream, since I don't know if people really want to be watching people do consistent streams. Man. It doesn't look like there's anything super obvious that I'm missing in terms of stuff. I mean, Google Chrome's being annoying, but yeah, we'll stop Google Chrome for a little bit. Hopefully that makes it a little bit better. Not running Google Chrome. Hopefully the stream doesn't decide to like crash because of that, but whatever. And Rarity has more value than Glowjet. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I'm not... Most people won't trade limited stuff for classifieds, and vice versa. So it's really hard to really determine the value between limiteds and non-limiteds, just because of that. So yeah. Looks like this stream's doing better. Whether that's just the lag decided to go down or closing all of my Chrome tabs actually did help. We probably won't know, but whatever. Yeah. Currently I'm in a VIP server, so you can't really join me. Hence why there is no one taking any of my ghosts. But yeah. What is my Roblox username? My Roblox username same as my YouTube, highest, without the gaming. So if you just search up highest, you should be able to find it pretty easily enough. Man, this lag's not being nice today. But yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty easy grind through all of Yoko's quests. Once we hit quest 17, we will get have to do a few bosses, but that's not going to be too bad. It's 2 mini bosses and 3 normal bosses, and then after that, it's pretty easily sailing. I think this is probably the hardest non-boss quest of Yoko, so we're getting through it pretty quickly. Just a few more rare ghosts needed. Yeah, the newest classified boards are going to be somewhat hard to get. I mean, I'm not going to really be going for them, so I'm not going to know for certain, but I can imagine they're going to be pretty hard to trade for if people are going to be trading them, which I doubt, and really hard to actually get via normally, just because of how annoying races are. Or not annoying, but just different. I don't really like the race update myself, but it's fine. Yeah, when you get really lucky early on in game, you don't really know what happened. So it's really easy for people who want to take advantage of that to do that, which is kind of sad. It's kind of why the reason why people don't like trading is kind of one of those double-edged swords, where does help the game prosper, but also does kind of make people a little bit more annoyed since they can lose stuff and never gain them back. But yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, most of the pets I have to, like, give away to people are going to be worse than any of the pets that you can enter, or you can get for free just by entering codes in this game. For instance, currently there is a, code out for a free godly pet, which has really good stats. It's 2 years, so pretty easy to enter. Most people have already done it since it has been up for about 2 months now. But if you haven't already, entering the code 2 years will give you a pretty good classified pet, or not classified, sorry, godly pet. I've already entered it, but yeah. Yeah, there are so many bugs introduced with this update. It is just not really, and the whole thing doesn't really fit with Ghost Simulator theme in my opinion. I gave my feedback on that already, so I'm not going to again. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, not really a necessary thing in my book, or even like doesn't even fit with the whole Ghost Sim theme, so that's the thing though about this update. It is just cosmetics that is involved with it, so if you want to, you can just completely ignore the update and never do anything from it. So it's not too big of a deal, because you can, as I said, just ignore the update entirely. But yeah. I actually do play a lot of other games in my free time. I do play Minecraft, and that is something I have covered content-wise on my channel. But like another thing I do play quite often is some mobile games. For instance, Brawl Stars and then Defenders of Texel online. But yeah, those are the current things that I'm playing. I also did play a little bit of Beestorm Sim in the last week, just to see how it was again. But yeah, mostly it is kind of just playing Ghost Sim Roblox, or Ghost Sim Minecraft, and then the 2 mobile games that I mentioned. But yeah. Yeah, I don't actually, I try to stick to just a small amount of games so I can actually make progress on them. Instead of having 20 games I play with like 0 progress on them. Which, I mean, sometimes I'm better at others than playing them evenly. For instance, sometimes I'm playing Ghost Simulator for a straight week, and all the other games kind of get ignored. Vice versa. But yeah, that's pretty much my the amount of games I play. I don't really do anything fast-paced, since I'm not too good at reacting in fast-paced scenarios. But yeah. Hi, it's been a while, and I don't think you remember me. Okay. Yeah, and you're muted, so you can't even hear me saying hello to you. Okay, there we go. We're done with that part of Yoko, so we're on to the next part. Yeah, if you have to get away from the stream, that is completely fine. I would prefer you guys to be doing other stuff other than watching me play, so yeah. Let's switch over to there. So we have 4 more quests for Yoko after this one. One of which is going to be a find quest, one of which is going to be a leveling quest, one of which is going to be a boss quest, and I can't remember the other one. Alright, 2 find quests, it looks like. It's going to be perfectly fine with me. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is going to be that 17 down to 18. But yeah. Yeah, thank you. I mean, the thing about my content is it's all niche content, except for like Minecraft. My Minecraft videos aren't the most popular, so I don't really count them. But like the Ghost Simulator is very niche, so basically if you're doing content on Ghost Simulator, people are going to find you that also play Ghost Simulator. But yeah. There you go. Yeah, the stream is a little bit laggier today for some reason, but yeah. Congrats on 600 subs. Also, yeah, I'm not really planning on doing anything with the race update. Like, I don't care too much for this update, so I won't be caring about the update. That's just my philosophy. If you don't like something, just don't worry about it. So I'm just not going to be. I'm not planning on grinding races at all. So, yeah. Hello, Psycho Blocks. Let's see, leveling up. Switch over to my leveling team. Okay, need to get these up to 7. Shouldn't take too long. We'll need some stopwatches for later on for unlocking musical meadows, so we'll start heading over there too. Let me check my inventory right now for the items I currently have. They're up here. So 30 goblets, 165 crowns, and 300 stopwatches. So we have plenty of stopwatches, so we should be good. With these then. Then we need to really be getting the goblets. Wait, I thought the 2 moons that are red and white were just for fun. No, actually they are signs for Yoko's questline. You have to go find some of them. So that's kind of what they're. Dude, how do I join the realm? I haven't checked the people who have submitted a username to that yet, so I'll have to go through. The best way would probably just be send me a DM on Discord, to be honest. Just send me a DM with your username that you want to be invited to the realm, and I'll get to you eventually. But yeah, it does take me a while to manually add people to the realm. At some point it'll probably be in a server instead, since realms are a little bit clunkier in adding people. But I mean, it's a lot easier for me to just set up a realm. But yeah. Hello, Isaac. Yeah, the race. the race event is a little bit weird. As I said earlier, if you don't like it, just don't play it. It's pretty easy to just not worry about it, in my opinion. But yeah, it's quite a bit buggy and an equal amount of annoying with the reward solo. I was debating on doing a video covering what my thoughts on it were, and I decided it'd be a little bit repetitive from the suggestions I've already sent in the Discord and stuff. Not really something I'd care to repeat myself on. Nor do I think it'd turn out the best, since most of them, it will sound a little bit like a complaint video. Since most of the stuff have to say would be negative about the update, even though there is a lot of good stuff about the update. It's just most of what it'd come out pretty bad, so I'm not going to be making a video on it. Yeah, one of the things you have to bear in mind, though, is that the NPC for the races isn't really meant to be a questline that you're supposed to, like Yoko, where you can just sit down and grind through it. It's supposed to be more something, like infinite questlines would be a bad example, since you can sit through those, but more like the unboxing ones, where it's one of those things that you'll eventually get to in the game, where you just kind of slowly get through them and do them all in a slow process rather than in one sitting. Yeah, you're really just supposed to be just play them. Just as you're playing, you'll eventually do a race, and then that race will count for the quests, and eventually your quest will get completed just naturally. It's supposed to be more of that passive kind of quest, which most people don't understand, and I think they've done a horrible job communicating. Along with that, the fact that it says event in the name just gets a little bit confusing, since most people are used to events being a time-limited thing that they have to grind through straight away, which it isn't. It just, instead of being called boss every 10 minutes, since they added races, they wanted to call them events to make more sense, which is kind of confusing now, since we have now two things that are called events. Another thing I think that is getting misrepresented is they're trying to make races look like just a small side thing, where in essence it is coming up as like it feels like it's supposed to be a big thing, since it's more or less equivalent with bosses, which was a really big thing in Ghost Simulator, having those bosses every 10 minutes. So it's coming off as bigger than it really should be, which is kind of a problem with how they're trying to make it just be a small thing. Which, I mean, they could handle that by just making it a side area that you have to go to be in the race, instead of having a whole timer for it. But yeah, it is just one of those things where there's been a lot of miscommunications between what the devs think it comes off as and what people are thinking it as. Yeah, no, really it's not one of those things that you're supposed to just get through instantly. You're supposed to be just chilling with that quest just lodged in your journal somewhere, and eventually you'll get through it. Is more of the thought with that quest than anything. But yeah. When will we make my next live stream? My next live stream, I don't know. I don't have a schedule for videos and stuff. As I said, I was planning on doing a video on this latest Ghost Sim update, but I realized it would be coming over not the way I'd intend, way too negative and stuff like that. But yeah. More pet leveling. We also need some bosses. One of the good things, though, about this update that I literally just realized today is that the first boss... Oh, sorry about the screen change in resolution. I accidentally clicked the top of it. But yeah. Is that the bosses now come in 5 minutes in the main hub server. Actually, yeah, we'll switch over to that now. But like in a VIP server, it used to take 10 minutes for the first boss to spawn. But since they did add the new race events, it now only takes 5 minutes for the first boss to come, which will kind of help a little bit for grinding. Have you played Defense Simulator? No, I have not. Hello, Victor. Yeah. Let's see. So instead of having a boss coming in 10 minutes, it's now going to be a 5-minute wait for the boss, which will just make this one doing a little bit easier in private servers, so I can just hop between them instead of having to hop into public servers looking for it. But yeah, while we're waiting, I'll be grabbing the lucky cat, since, you know, there's no reason not to have random lucky bags sitting everywhere. What is the next boss? Rilla. You would like it? Yeah, basically all the simulators end up taking about the same amount of time. So like getting into too many of them is kind of something I'm not wanting to be doing anytime soon. Let's start converting some of these too, I guess, while we wait for Lucky Cat to spawn. But yeah, I don't want to get into too many simulators, since once you start getting into too many of them, it ends up turning into kind of a time sink. But yeah, it's a grind. Yeah, I don't want to have too many things I have to grind for, and since once you start spreading yourself too thin, it turns into gets quite annoying. Next one should be spawning in the pyramids. I think. I'm never quite exactly sure where things will be spawning, but yeah. Yeah, I do like grinds, so maybe I'll try it out. Probably won't, though. I have a lot of other stuff that I want to be doing. But yeah. Hello, Victor. I think I missed you when you came in earlier. Let's grab that. Is it just me, or Lucky Cat spawning much quicker? I think... Where does it go after? I don't know where it goes after the temple. I think it's Ice Cave. I'm not exactly sure. Let me go check the wiki. Yeah, I don't... There it is. Yeah, it's spawning quicker. I think when they adjusted the spawns, they're doing a quicker event or something. They accidentally made it so that Lucky Cat spawns in 30 seconds. Which is kind of not supposed to happen. Lucky Cat, Ghost. I'm just searching it on the wiki so I can figure out the spawn locations. Pyramids, Ice Caves, Area 51. But yeah. Yeah, as I've said earlier, it's really that quest is supposed to be more of something that you aren't supposed to complete in one sitting. It's supposed to just be a passive thing, so as you continue to play more and more Ghost Sim, eventually you'll be getting more and more races just passively, and then eventually you'll get near it. Right side of the sewer exit. But yeah, it's kind of... most people misunderstand. There's not enough, really, clarification on what exactly those quests are supposed to be. Wild West, yes, it is Wild West. So many people are confused on what you're supposed to do. And I don't blame them. I was confused too. Until the developers done like 3 announcements on what exactly, that it's supposed to be a passive quest line that you're just supposed to get done with eventually, rather than something you get into and grind in a day. But yeah, it's painful. My opinion on it is just don't do it if you don't want, or don't do it if you don't want to put the time into it. I don't know how to explain that any better. Let's see, the next one it said was the mine. Yeah, way over here. So boss is coming in 5 minutes. But yeah. If you have money, you can probably do it in one day. Yeah, even then, it's not really worthwhile. Just because of how little the rewards actually are. So, as I said, if you don't want to do, if you don't think it's worth it, don't do it. It is just a small update. So it's not something that you need for lore. It's not something you really need for good pets. Since all that you get from it is cosmetic hoverboards, it doesn't really matter at all. So yeah, I'm not doing it. I wouldn't recommend people to worry about that quest line. I think I've done like 3 races now. Let's see. Yeah, okay, 2 races of those, and then the 1 to begin with. So yeah, 3 total races so far. I'm not planning on doing any more, honestly. But yeah. And once we finish with this, we'll go grab the Mini King from the junkyard, and then hop over to a Ghost World server, and then back here again for another 5-minute wait for a boss. Since waiting 5 minutes for a boss that I know will be coming is way better than switching over to public servers right now, since there is no way to distinguish whether it's a boss coming next or a race coming next, and I don't want to be waiting like 2 minutes for a race event. Just to find out that's a race event. But yeah. That's the current philosophy. Fast travel. Sell. I am kind of in my common pet team right now, so it's not something I'm going to be using too much on. Let's see. Yeah. Oculus Overseers are still level 12. Spirit Seers level 4. Getting close to that level 5 mark. But yeah, then we'll grab this mini boss. And then we'll do that whole thing over again. Hello! No, actually, Ghostly Vision, I recommend people to go for any of the top 3 first. So Master Hunter, Ghostly Vision, or Lucky Eyes, first. The biggest thing is, I recommend you, grinding a bit for gum, better pets, and other stuff before rebirthing. So, it doesn't really matter which perk you choose, it's more of getting a little bit of other stuff done before rebirthing. That is kind of the mistake in my book. Doesn't really matter which perk you choose first. As long as I said you're doing the top 3, or a divine set, or a second story arc if you're only wanting to learn more about the story. Hello, Karim. Do you have another private server? No, I don't have another private server. I just have one. The thing is, once you switch worlds in a private server, you're forever in a solo servers. So even if since I have joined back from like Ghost World right now, back to main hub, I'm not going to be in the main part of my private server, which is going to be kind of confusing. But yeah, that's the good thing about I like about private servers is you can just join them and be completely alone no matter what, which is kind of good. Oh, ouch. Yeah, yeah, you can get it's really annoying when you do get unlucky with something like that. With 100, I would be annoyed if I didn't get at least a board from that. But yeah, let's finish off this mini boss and then switch over to Ghost World and then back here. But yeah. I don't like MM2 for various reasons currently. Mostly economy-based ones, so, but yeah. Let's fast travel, sell, and then hop back over to a Ghost World, and then back to the main hub. Yeah, that's an ouch. Currently, for some reason though, in the main hub at least, and probably everywhere else, lucky cats are spawning twice as fast, so now is a pretty good time to be looking to grind for a lucky cat, since they do seem to be spawning twice as fast. It might be the event that they're doing right now. Might be a residual bug from having a 5-minute boss timer instead, or 5-minute event timer, rather than a 10-minute one. Probably going to be that the fact that they're doing a double or a boss rush / event rush event, I guess, or weekend. But yeah. Yeah, RNG can be weird. Sometimes it is. Sometimes they might be talking about something specific, like getting a gem ship or a godly hoverboard instead of whatever they did get. But yeah. Yeah, but whatever the case is, it's really annoying getting bad RNG. We're going to do this just to save a little bit of time while we wait for a lucky cat to spawn. Let's zoom over so we can actually see if a lucky cat spawns. As I said, lucky cats are spawning like in just 30 seconds now, so it's a decent time to start grinding lucky cats if you haven't before. How many classifieds do I have? I think no pets, and then 3 boards, I think. So Sky Server, Feather Shock, and Glowjet. I also do have a few specific like classified items, but I don't know if anyone cares about that one, since they are just kind of game progression stuff rather than anything else. And the cat should spawn about now. And then I think it was mines, or no, Ice Cave, then mines, then Wild West. But yeah. What's your favorite part of Ghost Simulator storyline? Ooh, great question. I don't really know. I didn't get too involved with the lore. I don't do too much of lore stuff in Ghost Simulator. I'm more here for the grinding myself. I do know they have lots of good lore. I mean, personally, I love the fact that there was so much stuff hidden in, like, the unfinished quest quotes in the void for about a year before people finally started looking into them. I thought that was hilarious, how much stuff was actually hidden there. But yeah. Has anyone completed the new quest lines? People have spent Robux to instant complete those quests. Yes, people have completed them, but I don't think anyone has done it legitimately yet. I think it's mostly just been people Robuxing it through, which it's not really the intended purpose of those quests. They're supposed to be more of something that you just have sitting in your journal forever. They don't reset upon rebirthing, so you're just kind of supposed to hang on to those forever, and eventually you'll just passively be doing races, and then, oh, the quest will get done. And then you'll get the next one, and then a few months later you'll be like, oh, I got done with that one, and go turn that in. It's supposed to be like a month-long just passive thing that sits in your journal forever. Not really something that you're supposed to grind in one day, but yeah. I mean, Blaze is a good storyline quest. It's your favorite. Okay, that's, yeah, I mean, Blaze is, I like the nostalgic from Agent Blaze, but, so, I can understand that. I don't know if you're talking about Agent Blaze or Ghost Hunter Blaze. Ghost Hunter Blaze is a little bit weird since it is a longer quest line, or at least a more annoying quest line. But yeah. Let's see, where exactly? Left of entrance. Ah, I missed the one in the mine. Okay, that makes more sense. I was wondering why it wasn't spawning, and then I remember I kind of missed the mine portion. But yeah. Alright, we'll go do this boss, and then we'll go grab the mini boss. I'm pretty sure the mini boss spawned first, but who cares? I do need the bosses kind of a little bit more than I need the mini bosses, since I do need 3 of them. But yeah. But yeah, just getting through. That is, as I said, this is one of the one nice unintended things about this update that is really nice. Having a 5-minute timer for the first boss in a private server. So instead of swapping over to publics for doing Yoko, it is easy enough just to swap between private servers to get another main hub server up and running. Unfortunately, there's a lot of other downsides to this update that I don't like. One of them being the fact that you don't know what the next event's going to be in a server. So you could be in a server and it's like a 30-second timer, and then you have to wait those 30 seconds to find out whether it's a race event or a boss event, which will get really annoying if you're doing that often enough. Fortunately, as I said, with private servers, it is easy enough just to wait 5 minutes. But yeah. Master Hunter. Master Hunter allows you to have Finsley's perk already upon. It doesn't give you his perk exactly, but it does allow you to have 2 more streams to start off, which does help you grind a little bit faster and then allows you to skip Finsley, which saves quite a bit of time. So would recommend doing it that way. I think once we're done with this boss, we'll hop really quickly over to Ghost World to hop back here, just to get the last boss and a mini boss at the same time. But yeah. Oh yeah, no. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend doing any of the quests in Backdoor, other than don't do any of the quests in the Backdoor other than Agent Blaze, of course. But yeah, no, Billy, don't worry about Billy for sure. He's definitely a waste of time. Rowan, I mean, you could do him if you're planning on grinding for some decent pets before rebirthing, but yeah. No, as I said, you don't really need to do any quest lines during rebirthing, so don't. The only ones you really need to do are Yoko, Adam, the Gatekeeper, Agent Blaze, and then the developer ones. All the others are kind of not needed, so don't. But yeah. This should be hopefully the last time I have to switch servers for Yoko. And then we'll be straight off to finishing up Gatekeeper. And then completing the Backdoor. What about Jessie? I mean, I didn't do Jessie this rebirth. I've done her every other rebirth. But yeah. It's not something you need to do. It is a little bit helpful, being able to collect items automatically, but it's not actually too big of a deal, since you can just kind of pick up the items anyways. But yeah. The boss here should be spawning, I think, around the 2-minute mark. No, I think Jesse is a he. I for the longest time I did think Jesse. It is just Jesse, which is usually the boy one. I'm sorry. I always. It's a little bit confusing since there is no hair indicator, which is usually what most people. Which is usually the best indication in games. Whatever. But yeah, it's kind of confusing. What are your favorite quests? I like the nostalgic part of Agent Blaze, the fact that you have to go back to every single area for his quests. It is kind of annoying having to server hop, but it is quite nostalgic, as I said. Another one of the quests that I do kind of like is kind of the Rowan and Riley in the back door, just since they are kind of short and do give quite nice abilities. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite questline per se. But yeah. How can I get my first rebirth fast? Just keep grinding for it, I guess. There's not really any way to speed it up too much. There we go. And then once we're done with this, the boss should be spawned, so we should be able to just switch straight over to that. Yeah, the only thing you can really do is grind. If you have Robux buying the double item drops game pass, which... Let me show you exactly which one. Double item drops, this one. Buying this one is worthwhile if you're planning on playing the game a lot. So if you want to, you can buy that one pretty easily. But yeah, most of it is just keep grinding the game, and you'll eventually get it. What made you interested in making a YouTube channel? I don't really know. I made this channel 3 years ago-ish. Yeah, basically 3 years ago. And I mean, everyone wants to do YouTube. Everyone tries YouTube at some point in their lives, basically. If you're online, you've tried YouTube. So I think the biggest thing was just everyone watches a lot of YouTube. So I'd watched a lot of YouTube. And so I wanted to do it. But yeah, for the longest time, I really wasn't doing too much. Honestly, I'm not doing too much now. So I don't know how long I will be doing YouTube for. I mean, I might end in like a year or some point and just not worry about it anymore, which would be kind of sad, but I don't really know. But yeah. I can't think of one reason why I started YouTube. Of course, as I said, I did watch a lot of YouTube, so it probably was due to just seeing a lot of YouTube. But I don't know. Yeah, like seriously, everyone tries YouTube for a little bit at least. I've tried it for a little bit longer than most, but I'm still kind of seeing how it works out. There's the boss. We'll quickly finish up this mini boss, then hop over to that boss. And yeah, that'll be this. Hopefully this thing done. No, I need those items. We'll sell really quickly, and then teleport over to the boss. Yeah, sometimes videos literally just blow up. I know someone earlier this year who created like one video on a game he thought would become popular, and then the video got like 50,000 views or something ridiculous like that, and got like 500 subscribers in like less than a week, just because they knew a game that would be becoming super popular at some point, and they made a decent video on it. Half of YouTube is just kind of getting lucky with some videos, which the more videos you make, the more likely that is to happen. But yeah, it is one of those things where you can just become like instantly you'll pick up, or something like that. So it really does depend. Yeah, YouTube is weird, really weird, how it works and everything about it. So I'm kind of just doing it because I like making videos and having something fun to do. But yeah. It's one of those things where I don't pay too much attention to really the numbers. Same reason I don't really make too big of a deal about milestones and whatnot. But yeah. I'm mostly just making these videos to have fun myself. But yeah. I've said but yeah like 20 times in the last minute. That's not the best for content. I'm not really good at making things entertaining. I usually go back to default filler statements quite a lot, which is not the best. And tons of other stuff, but yeah. I don't really do Twitter too much, so I don't know if 18, that number is good. The thing about social media is it is kind of its own thing that I don't think matters too much, social media. But yeah. Okay, where are her pets at level-wise? Okay, we're pretty close. We should be able to pick them back up by the time we get over to Yoko. Stop saying it. No, now that I talked about it, that's like going to be the only thing I can say during this whole stream is it's so bad. I've gone through so many words that I just said as fillers. At one point I was long time ago, I'd be saying dude a lot to basically everyone I talked to, and it was bad. I think everyone goes through different phases or different words that they just use a ton, just based off what they've heard and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Where are we at item-wise for unlocking 318, 242, 158. So we need just basically pure goblets to get this up. And it gets really, the worst thing about it is it gets really annoying to people who you're around a lot when you get into those common sayings, because that's all they hear from you is you saying that. It's interesting, for sure. Okay, there we go. Done with that. We'll go finish off the the Great Guardian really quick before going back to main hub to grab Yoko's. Or should we grab Yoko's first, then come back to do... Yeah, we should probably go grab the hoverboard turbocharger first. Is it worth getting Magnet? If you're planning on rebirthing just as quickly as possible, no. It is 45 minutes, 45-minute long quest line that is optional. It does help if you're like not remembering to grab everything, but I'd say probably best not to do it. Let's grab that. And we'll wait for this cooldown so we can actually grab another find item. There you go. And back to Ghost World. I think I went through that. Yeah, it's one of those things that happens, I think, to everyone, and it's annoying to the people around you the most. You don't notice it, but other people do. And then you later on you're like, oh, that was awful. I almost said, but yeah, again, that would have not been the best way to finish that sentence. I skipped Yoko and Fern so I could do it fast. And then you remember that you have to do Yoko to finish up Agent Blaze. But... Ooh. Yeah, Yoko's weird. I'm not very conscious about what I'm saying. It's bad. We should be able to finish off Great Guardian pretty easily. Come back, talk to Gatekeeper about it, grab our dated link, and finish that off. Then we'll be straight over to the back door and finishing that up. Man, I have a lot of sewer boss crates chests and like no Wild West ones. Very interesting, the amounts of chests I have. There we go. Random gems. Oh no! Yeah, it's best to remember how to do a rebirth. You're late. Yeah, being late is kind of one of those things that it is YouTube, so notifications are sometimes late, and honestly, most people aren't going to notice particular people. It is nice to see that people care about being late and would rather be on time. Or that they miss it entirely because they're in a bad time zone or something. It's cool to see when people care enough to do that. But doesn't matter too much in the long run. Guardian is going to be, first part of it's going to be falling pretty shortly. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything. I mean, I do need to do Fern at some point this life. Since I do like to do her every rebirth, since the amount of crate keys she gives does really start to add up the more rebirths you start doing. Since 33 crate keys for an hour of quests really is a good ratio. Oh yeah, video ideas are greatly appreciated. I was planning on doing a video for this latest update, but I realized it'd come off more of as really me criticizing the update rather than my thoughts on it, which I kind of don't want to. Doesn't always sound the best criticizing a game, but that's weird. I know you can turn on different notification settings, but live streams, I set up these live streams about like 10 minutes before I actually go live. So YouTube is probably just not wanting to send them out that early. Maybe if I change it around so I do the I schedule these updates like a day in advance. But I really don't know my schedule a day in advance or whether I'll have time or anything like that, so... Where are you on the Yuwu quest line? Yuwu's quest line currently, I have got 2 races into the second quest. I'm not planning on doing any more races. I don't really enjoy the update, so I'm not really planning on doing too much in the update itself. That's kind of my thought on it, is I don't really plan on doing, any of them, so I'm not. I don't really like how races are structured right now, so, doing them just doesn't really make sense for me. I feel like that'd get a little bit chaotic. You guys can always, like, vote for games for me to play on stream, or, like, tell me what you guys would like, especially if you send like something in my Discord. I do kind of look at that quite a bit. So that would be something, if you are wanting me to play something specific, would probably be the best way to get my attention about it. I'm not really a fan of any like fast-paced like shooters or anything like that, so definitely won't be choosing any of those if that's what you want to see. But stuff like Minecraft or slower stuff like that would be fine for me figuring out and playing. Make a live stream about grinding the races. The races aren't really supposed to be a grind. It's supposed to be something more passive, more than having to actively do the races, which I think making a live stream grinding something that isn't supposed to be grinded will just start contributing more to the problem of people misunderstanding this update, so I won't. But yeah, I know it's something that people really want me to do, but yeah. Yeah, no, it's just supposed to be one of those things where you do a race here and there, and like 2 months into it, you finish a quest and move on to the next one. It's not supposed to be something that, oh, you server hop for 3 days straight to get it. Even though that is kind of what most people like to do in Ghost Simulator. Looks like we're good there. We should probably switch over to my other pet team before selling. And grab the data link from Gatekeeper, and then switch back over to Backdoor to start that grind. I got my second Rebirth today. Oh, nice job. Yeah, getting your first few Rebirths is really nice. Let's upgrade that. And then hop over to main hub so we can hop over to Backdoor. Since for some reason it doesn't refresh which servers you can teleport to until you switch servers. But yeah. Can I see the stats of Spirit Seer? Yeah, sure, just a second. Search. Alright, yeah, I do smash the enter key quite a bit. Let's jump over here. Hello! Kind of just chilling right now. Someone asked for something, so I figured it would be best to send the stats in that way, since that really does help with stats. That's the thing I just linked in the live chat is a stat list maintained by the Wiki staff team of all of the pet stats in the game, other than like a few of the newer ones. It does take a while for people to manually update stuff, so give them time. But yeah. Now we need to start working through here. I think it's best for me to use a Lucum right off the bat, just to make it super easy for me to upgrade my antenna really quickly. But yeah, Backdoor is going to be a little bit of a grind to get through, since it does take a while to get these better batteries. Oh, you're working? Oh, yeah, I don't really do any of those contests since I'm not too creative in terms of what NPC design stuff. I'm not too creative or any, like, designy stuff, so I just kind of chill with those. But those are really cool contests that the Bloxbyte does for getting more content for Ghost Sim, just by allowing everyone to participate and give their own ideas, which is really kind of what makes Ghost Sim quite amazing is how much community community impact there is. Basically anyone can, even if no one really knows you in the community, you can just kind of stick your head into one of those contests and give something super creative and just really help out in the game quite a bit, which is quite cool. Alright, charge, grab a new battery. We haven't been getting any of the advanced parts, which is kind of what we need at this point. We've got way too many data chips. We have like 60 data chips and none of the advanced parts drops. There you go. Now we have some advanced parts. Yeah, this is the one thing. You're completely reliant on RNG for drops in the back door, so it can get really annoying. Alright, let's see. How many advanced parts did we get? I think 16. And we needed 30. Yikes. And we got 98 data chips. Oh, that's pretty awful. Alright, let's try this again. And I should be just using XGum for this first part, so I can upgrade as fast as possible for equipment stuff. But yeah, just need like one more advanced part drop, and no more data drops, since we have like 4 times the amount we need on that. All right, there we go. We can upgrade. And then grab these ghosts. Wow, the classifieds are insane. Do you know how much the mythical from the number 2 race bags is worth? I don't really know about any of the worth of any of these new race stuff, since I'm not really paying too much attention to them. As I said, I don't care too much for this update, just because it is kind of small and it's really misunderstood by the community on what exactly the whole stuff from it is. So I'm kind of just going to take a little, not care about the content, since it is just cosmetic boards and stuff. But yeah. Yes, you can always get more glitchy loot gun before rebirthing. It's one of the things that really helps a ton, getting lots and lots of glitchy rift gum before you rebirth. One of the things I do recommend, also getting good pets before rebirthing, so you don't have to choose pets as your rebirth option. There's a lot of stuff you can do before rebirthing that's really nice. Kind of why I made a video outlining a lot of the stuff you can do instead of rebirthing, even though rebirth is kind of the main thing that most people want to upgrade. Man, we've gotten like no advanced parts so far. Advanced parts are just wanting to be rare today. Alright, whatever. I think we need about one more advanced part drops, and then we can upgrade, which will be perfect. What are your rebirth suggestions, your rebirth abilities that you would choose? Any of the top 3, so Master Hunter, Lucky Eyes, or Ghostly Vision, are good first ones. If you need stats, going for Divines isn't bad. I wouldn't recommend. Second story arc is quite good. But once you have all the top 3 in the story arc, going for the divine sets as much as you would need is not bad. And then also going for once you're done with all of that stuff, getting all the good pets you need, and all that stuff like that, switching over to working on tycoons is a good idea too. So any of the permanent rebirth perks, so Lucky Eyes, Ghostly Vision, stuff like that. And then switching over to Tycoons once you're done with all those permanents and divines for stats. Man, we're just getting data chips and more. Is it worth it to get the second start? Once you have a few rebirths, yes. The only reason I'd suggest doing it on your first rebirth is if you're only planning on doing one rebirth for the storyline. But if you're planning on doing mini rebirths, going for something like Master Hunter is definitely the best strategy. Man, we're just getting all the good items, but none of the data chips. So it'd be really good if I was grinding stuff like gum, but for now it's kind of just meh. Let's go charge, see if we can upgrade some stuff like the battery. Don't know if we'll be able to upgrade our disruptor. Probably not. Nope. So we'll go use this really quickly in an X-Scum so we can upgrade as fast as possible here. I'm trying to get more, but I got second story arc. I mean, second story arc is really good if you... is not bad. Any of the permanent ones, they aren't a bad first choice since you can kind of just rebirth again to get some of the other stuff. But as I said, probably best to go... The best idea is to grind for good pets, gum before rebirthing instead of just instantly rebirthing when we're able to. As I said that in a few other videos, and basically every time I give suggestions on rebirthing, the best strategy is not to rebirth instantly. It's usually to grind for pets and grind for gum and just grind before rebirthing. But yeah. Yeah, the Morgan and the new other stuff that will be coming with the second story arc will be quite nice to have available, especially when they come out before you get done with another rebirth. So that's something to look forward to at least. I'm planning on working towards that stuff on my next rebirth, even though I have like the second storyline. I got that one quite a while ago now, like a week or two. But it's not really not something I care too much about. Working on right now is this stuff, since I do want to get one more rebirth and then max out discount before starting into any of the newer stuff like Archie. Even though Archie's quite old, I haven't worked on him yet, so it's kind of yikes. Kind of yikes that I haven't done Archie yet, even though it's been out for a long time. How long does it usually take to rebirth? Fastest people do it in around 4.5 hours. I'm doing it usually around 6 hours, plus like another 2 hours to convert gum and then do fern. So I'm usually around 8 hours per rebirth that I have to spend grinding. This one I've been at for quite a while, but most of that's just been not on Ghost Simulator. It's been 5 days now since I rebirthed last. Should be able to do some battery upgrading. We'll charge all the way up to there since disruptors are kind of meh here with good pets. And now we can go back to using loot gum. Should be able to just use like one loot gum, get enough items to upgrade, assuming we don't just get and then grab all the ghosts here. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of advanced parts, which bodes pretty badly for the next few antenna upgrades. But we should be fine in the long run. Shouldn't take any more than like an hour and a half to get through backdoor, since that's usually I'm doing about an hour. Bad advanced drop rates can just make it worse, but not really something I'm expecting too much of. You need to do Adam, Yoko, Gatekeeper, and the 5 devs and question mark. Yeah, that's all you really need to do. You don't need to do much. The biggest one that most people skip is going to be that Yoko. People don't people either forget or don't realize you need to do Yoko to Rebirth. Since you do need access to the special room for Blaze, if I remember correctly. I've said way too many times in that sentence. It's not so much filler words today. I did get enough sleep, fortunately. Last night I went to bed super early. I was just from the night before I'd stayed up for some gaming thing. But should be, I think we should have close to enough items if we go back and get a few advanced part drops from the last areas really quickly so we can upgrade to farm. These jumps from area to area is really interesting since you do skip the bonus biome in areas. So you're completely missing a whole stage of ghosts. Alright, there you go. Yeah, I went to sleep early last night. Yeah, sleep is something that most people have been missing recently. And if you have it, getting enough sleep is really, really good once you have it. I slept for like 12 hours-ish. Wasn't the best sleep. I was tossing and turning quite a bit, but it wasn't bad. I don't think. Is it best to get Ghostly Vision? Master Hunter is basically agreed upon to be the best Rebirth perk. Since it does allow you to do quite a bit of... Basically allows you to skip Finsley and start instantly with multi-streams, which is really helpful Rebirth, really helpful perk, since it allows you to multitask ghosts, which saves quite a bit of time throughout a Rebirth, with allowing you to skip Finsley and also instant access to multiple streams. I'm trying to think. On my next Rebirth, I am planning on doing like 100% of the game, or as close to it as possible, like completing basically every quest line. Maybe not Jax or other stuff. Yeah, you know what? Maybe not worth. I was debating on doing like a stream, or probably like 3 or 4 streams, of like 4 hours each, of just completing every quest line in Ghost Simulator. I realized that probably wouldn't be the most interesting thing to watch. Especially right after I've done all of these Rebirth streams. Going into more streams about stuff. I don't know. Maybe a few videos on some of the quest lines, but who knows. I would like that. Alright. It gives you 2 additional streams. It's the same exact thing as multiple streams. Multiple streams just gives you 2 additional streams too. You can do both of them and get 5 streams, which isn't very helpful. It did help quite a bit during the grind, during the multiverse event / spring event. But other than that, it's not something particularly good. I would like that because I have nothing to do for a while. Yeah, it has been quite a while since I last did it. Hello, SJ, and Jack. It has been quite a long time since my last stream or video or anything like that. It's been a slow week. I've been quite... I don't know if distracted's the right word, but unproductive would be probably the best description of me recently. Very unproductive. Don't know if that's to blame for not having enough sleep until recently, or just not having... I don't know why, but most of it's just been me playing on my Minecraft realm, to be honest, while watching YouTube. YouTube's not always... When I'm watching YouTube, I'm usually being quite unproductive, so... Kind of weird that I also do YouTube at the same time, but it is what it is. Alright, we'll upgrade a battery twice, and then go back to working on the We've been getting a lot of apples. We should have enough apples to complete everything we need. 2 and 10 upgrades, and then unlocking the honey area. But we'll see. I do need a lot more advanced parts, so might have to go back to previous areas to get those drops really quick. Is it best to get Ghostly Vision for items like Lucky Loot Bags? Ghostly Vision doesn't give you access to Lucky Loot Bags. That's Lucky Eyes. But yeah, it's not bad to go for that one. As I said, I would recommend Master Hunter. Lucky Eyes is good if you are if you don't have any Rebirth, if you don't have any game passes. I would recommend Lucky Eyes over Ghostly Vision. That's my opinion. Since if you don't have game passes, you'll get just as many drops from the Lucky Cat, 1 Lucky Loot Bag. But you can always, instead of doing that, just grind Lucky Loot Bags before rebirthing. We should be able to upgrade our everything quite a bit. Not quite enough for up to get Jimmy Battery, but should have enough to upgrade up to Teravolt with the vacuum. Alright, let's see. Where are we on items? Enough apples. 82 advanced parts. 144 apples. Let's grab stuff from previous areas. For a little bit. Hopefully we can actually get some good drops rather than just like ice cubes and data chips. Beautiful. Ooh, we do need some bobbers too, so we'll go teleport over to the river. We need quite a few bobbers. Quite a few as in like 2 drops, but still. Alright, there you go. Should be good on... Man, that drop did not want to be picked up. This slant is always slightly weird with ghosts. They'll drop their items differently. But... 10 rebirth. I'm not quite on 10 rebirths. Currently just on 9. I'm grinding for my 10th one. When I do get to 10, the plan is to kind of just wait a little bit, or grind for all the perks and stuff, and then work on some other stuff like getting some cosmic wings or something like that. Since I do need some better stats. We'll see exactly what I do once I get there. I might just end up starting to rebirth again, but I don't really know yet. The plan currently is to get some cosmic wings, since those are going to be really good stat-wise. And since I do have at that point I will have a 60% boost in my ecto tokens, which are the main hub currency. I will be able to grind quite efficiently. Man. How to grind for loot gum. Go to the last 3 areas in backdoor once you're done with the game. Actually, main hub would also work. I prefer backdoor since it is glitchy and 3 times better than basic. But you can grind the last areas of either main hub or backdoor for gum. I prefer to do data stream the backdoor areas, but you can also use stuff like ice tusks, doubloons, and diamonds from the main hub to convert into base gum, and just grind that area using loot gum, and you'll be able to get quite a bit of loot gum. I'm close to my 2nd rebirth. Yeah, without really good pets, a lot of gum, and a lot of grinding and game passes, you can't really make too much progress in your rebirths. Most people are around that 1 or 2 rebirth mark that don't have those stuff. It does help to get good pets before rebirthing, and also to get game passes if you can. Like double drops is quite good and 100% worthwhile if you haven't. If you have enough Robux to buy something. If you don't, you can make do without, but yeah, it's helpful to have. I think for most people, I think the average is around 3 rebirths for people with rebirths, with most people sitting at around 2, and very few people up around the hundreds. I'm kind of slow compared to people. Once you hit 10, it is kind of one of those things where a lot of people are like, oh, you have a lot of rebirths. But at the same time, there is someone currently with 100 rebirths and a few other people with over 50. So it doesn't... it's still not, like, too good anyway in that respect either. So it's really what you're comparing to. Most people just compare to themselves. So in that respect, I'm quite good. Yeah, antenna levels are really annoying around this point. You just need to grind through it. Sometimes I've heard that grinding basic gum from the main hub can help quite a bit. Like ice tusks can do wonders, I've heard. I haven't tried it personally, and since I do have 2x items, I don't know if it would be a fair for me to really test that. Yeah. Now, every time I go through the back door, I'm using glitchy gum, so I'm not quite the best person to be compared to for your progression. Might as well grab some more stuff here just to get a few more advanced parts, since that's kind of what I need at this point. Hopefully get some more advanced parts, I should say. What do you even get at 100? You don't get anything. You just have a lot of, at that point, you have a lot of rebirth perks that you have that really help with your stats. For instance, your cell stats and stuff like that are ridiculously good at that point for currencies. Yeah, I don't think I don't think going for any more than like 2 of each divine set is really worthwhile. At my point, I have currently 4 divine sets, 3 Oculuses, 1 Spirit Seer, and I don't really plan on getting. If any more do get released, I don't know if I'd actually want to go for them, since I'll have better pets at that point. And it won't be worthwhile for me to really have more divine sets, since divines are quite they're good, but once you start getting stuff like Cosmic Wing, which are both easier to level up and way better in stats, it's not really... The divines are basically just a waste of inventory space. So I don't know. I might end up deleting some Oculus Overseers if I ever end up getting better pets and more divine sets get released. We'll see. But yeah, getting divine sets is kind of a waste at some point. The tycoons, especially like Ecto Token, and once Ecto a bit gets fixed, which it doesn't look like it will ever get fixed, since they've done like 20 big updates and never worried about it. It's annoying. I might be slightly annoyed about that one. But those are going to be pretty good ones for just grinding. Yeah, getting good pets is something that you should definitely do before worrying about rebirths too much. Oh, man, we have like no advanced parts drops. I say that and then I get 2 item drops, but yeah. Yeah, grinding before rebirthing, if you grind for like lucky cats, it can be really useful. Let's charge really quick and head to the farm, I think. Hopefully get a few advanced drops. I think I need like 3 or 4 advanced drops more before I'm able to unlock the next antenna. So hopefully we can get that really quickly. If not, that'll be annoying. I was hoping this would do it, but it looks like these just want to be gems. Oh, perfect. Upgrade. Yeah, Adam's actually a really good pet. I know it gets a lot of backlash just because everyone has it, but in terms of stats, it's really good. Same with like encryption. The current free code pet that you can enter with 2 years. You can get this thing for free for entering the code 2 years. It's decent, not as good as Adam, but it is still really good stat-wise. Like, you guys have to realize, I was making my way through the back door for the first time with mini fluffs, which this is their max level, and they are barely better at max level than a level 1 code pet. So you have to realize, when I see people complaining about the new stats, I'm kind of a little upset that they don't realize people have made it through with just mini fluffs. Like, I didn't have any game passes back then either, other than like souls and double luck, which do not help you when grinding through the back door. Let me tell you. But yeah, as you can see, even a mini fluff or an Adam at level 1 is better than the pets I was using to get through back doors. So for the first time, once Rebirths were added, I did break down and buy a lot of game passes. But you gotta realize, complaining about the current stat pets is kind of not really comparatively to a lot of what people are using the first time going through backdoor. And I had like one of the better stat teams for making it through the backdoor. Some people were out there using like debugs and stuff. I did give like my friend at some point basically mini fluffs and stats Scrooges for their grinding through the back door, and I think that was like the Rowan area too. So it was, yeah, it's not really one of those things that stats really do matter too much about grinding through backdoor, in my opinion. It's mostly about your double drops and the glitchy loot gum, so grinding those beforehand can really help. But since you are limited to respawn times for most of vacuuming in the backdoor, the only thing that really does help is getting enough stats so you can actually keep up with ghosts, which I guess does take a while. But at the same time, it is one of those things where they do take a minute to respawn. So once you start getting really good pets, it doesn't help too much being able to one-shot or not, since you are still waiting for things to respawn most of the time. Straight gems. It would be lovely to get, like, you know, advanced part drops every once in a while from ghosts, but whatever. What does Remnant Gum do? Oh, I don't really want to use it right now. But basically it turns on like a black light of sorts that allows you to see some hidden messages. So it's more of a lore gum than anything. Yeah, secret messages is the only thing it really does. It does turn your whole screen purple, which I guess is a bonus. But it was biggest thing was it added a lot of lore to the game. And some hidden secret messages, along with like the second story arc was kind of what it combined with. I know that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a gum, I guess. So once you start grinding, you have way too much of basically every gum anyways, so you stop caring about what exactly each gum does or how much you have of it. But it's pretty interesting. I don't think I've hunted for any of the secret messages. I don't remember too much of it. We'll grab this ghost, then go charge. I don't know if we can buy a better anything yet, so we'll just go charge. Head over to the spaceship, since we do need more of those items, and hopefully grab a lot of random stuff. Hopefully not gems, though. I don't need gems. Let's see. Where are we in terms of upgrading our antenna? Hay bales and advanced parts. Pretty standard. Yeah, it's been a lot of good lore recently that's been added to the game, which is really good, since lore is kind of what makes Ghost Simulator apart from all the other Ghost Simulators. The fact that it's more of a role-playing game. Just gems? I don't like gems. Alright, how much more do we need? We're done with hay bales, 150. Oh man, we need a ton more advanced parts. Alright, we'll be going through all the... Probably also need some more of the other stuff for completing Agent Blaze and unlocking. We'll go unlock the honey area and see if we need more items. And if so, what? The answer is nothing. That's good, at least. So we can just go through and grab previous area stuff to hopefully get some advanced drops. Oh, nice. Yeah, spending a lot of time on adding lore to the game and new NPCs is really cool, that they allow community contributions from like these events, the NPC event and stuff like that. So that's quite cool that people are actually participating in them. I'm not creative enough or like designy enough to actually be able to do much in them, but the people who are, it really does add quite a bit to them. Oh, nice. Yeah, getting glitchy boss gum is it's quite good. I don't have any currently, but for using with the final boss, it's really nice, especially if you have 2 times boss drops. Getting eight keys from each fight really does make it go by. What basically means an hour of grinding of the final boss is 32 keys. It does take a while to get the gum itself. It's about 20 minutes per gum. It saves a whole lot more time, though. It saves like 45 minutes worth of time every time you have a glitchy boss gum on the final boss. Let's see, where are we at? Hopefully we're at closer to the 120 mark on advanced parts, since I don't feel like doing this any more than like one more time. Hopefully we're getting close. Oh, yeah, a lot of what you can do is just change your avatar in like a game that allows you to use stuff like Catalog Heaven, I think is one of the bigger ones that you can use just to edit your avatar using stuff. If you do know how to use like that, that would be kind of cool, but just make sure it looks cool and it follows their directions, and you can make really cool NPCs. Where are we at? We are at 131 advanced parts. We need 20 more. Let's see. Probably should get that from the spaceship and the farm, since I probably do need more hay bales. I need a lot more hay bales. And also some more of these, so. I don't know how I missed that the first time around. It might have just been the items hadn't quite left my inventory or something, but whatever. Yeah, the amount of community engagement that Ghost Simulator has is quite nice, in my opinion. Even if I'm not very much of a community person myself, I'm usually doing stuff solo. I do like the fact that they do have a nice, really helpful community. Alright. Let's see. Charge, teleport back over to the spaceship. That's a good amount of space satellite drops. I think we should be good on satellites. Now we just need like a ton more hay bales and a few more advanced parts. Should be good on advanced parts, so we just need like 5 more hay bale drops or something like that. Exact number is like 2, but you know, I can exaggerate. Since it probably will take close to that amount of drops. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not very good at designing cool stuff like that, so I usually let other people figure that out. What is the best rebirth perk of the first time that I'm reborn? Master Hunter, or depends. If you aren't planning on rebirthing ever again, going for the second story arc so you have all access to that new stuff is great. If you're planning on rebirthing as many times as you can, going for Master Hunter allows you to speed up your rebirth process quite a bit because of the access to 2 additional streams right off the bat, and also allowing you to skip Finsley later on. So it's about an hour time save for each rebirth. Another good one, if you have, I would suggest before rebirthing, go for something like getting good pets. There's a video out there I have, and also grinding for gum before rebirthing can really help. So do that stuff if you haven't rebirthed yet, instead of rebirthing. So yeah, that's my current recommendation, is don't rebirth if you haven't got good enough pets. And by good, I mean like myth, or very least, you're looking at, alright, we'll do that. Hopefully we can go upgrade our backpack. Or maybe not, yeah, backpack. We'll upgrade our backpack, hopefully. Our battery, sorry. And then we can move on. I do realize we do need a few more hay bales and maybe a few more spaceships. Just to complete Agent Blaze, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. Should just be a continuation of this loot gum. Oh, nice. Yeah, getting your first classified or any classified is really nice. It's quite a good feeling. Even if you have grinded forever for it, when it finally does come, it's really cool. If you get lucky, it's even better. But not everyone can get lucky with classifieds, unfortunately. 14. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of USBs by the time this grind is done, in theory. Unless I do get 1,000,001 advanced part drops and no USBs, which is completely how RNG could work. It was my third but first one unboxed. Yeah, the first classified I got, I think, was, I can't remember if I got a gem ship first, by trading. I had a gem ship at one point that I traded for, and also I traded for a Sunny at one point too, quite a while ago. Like, this was when Sunny was like actually a decent stat pet. But yeah, I had to trade for, those were my first 2 classifieds. But neither of them I had unboxed. They're all just from trading. So not really like they count too much. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, thank you for stopping in anyways for a short amount of time. Let's see, 26 hay bales. Oof. Let's see. Yeah, we can use a glitchy loot gun. I'm always hesitant when I'm upgrading past the bonus bound, since the ghost upgraded health so fast, of using whether I use an X gum or a loot gum, since the giant upgrade in ghost health is a little bit frightening. Having to your battery drains a lot quicker and take a little bit longer to actually vacuum. So it's a little bit more useful to use like an X gum, but I think at this point I'm probably better off just using a loot gum, just since the item drops are pretty nice. Probably should be going back while I'm waiting for Ghost to respawn here and grabbing some more, or something like the Honey Ghost, since I do need some of those items for Blaze. We'll go do that really quick, I guess. Shouldn't take any longer than like... Hello, a winning smile. And Henry Martins. Alright, we should be good with like 3 drops or something like that. Shouldn't need any more than like 20-ish of them, so. I'm never quite sure exactly how much of each item I need, so I just kind of over-collect, which works quite well, until I don't actually get any item drops. Okay, 16, I don't think they need more than 10. We do need to charge really quickly. And then finish off this gum with these ghosts. Hello, Monty and Cod. Welcome to stream. Just doing a little bit of grinding through the back door right now. We should be getting fairly close to next antenna. Can't imagine we need too many more advanced parts or USBs. Maybe like 20 USBs and 100 or so advanced parts. Never quite sure exactly how far away on these ones, since the drops are a lot more random. So I can't just be like, oh, got like 3 sets of 8. It's like one set of 8. And then the next one drops 20. It's quite weird. Yeah, we're about an hour and 45 minutes into the stream so far. So, I'm only planning on streaming for 3 hours, so less than half the stream is left. Which, gotta figure, means we are getting pretty close to the end. I think I should be able to finish up Agent Blaze in this stream. Hopefully. Won't be rebirthing again this stream, but I'll probably just do that between streams, or before my next stream, which, who knows when my next stream will be. It'll probably be a week or 2 off. We'll see. You're growing? Yeah, it's slow. I don't particularly care too much. It is really cool to see, and interesting. But not something I care particularly a lot about. I mean, 1,000 subscribers would be cool, but not something I really expect anytime soon. Which one for my second rebirth? Divine Set, Ghostly Vision, Lucky Eyes, or Second Arc? Ghostly Vision, I would say, would be a decent one. Second Arc would be good if you want all that new lore. But yeah. I would recommend... Any of them really would work just as well. But Ghostly Vision's the one that does help a little bit with doing like Yoko and stuff, having the mini bosses everywhere. Also, if you are planning on working for a class site, it does open up a new avenue for grinding. Since with if you do end up getting a glitchy rift gum, you can use anonymous loot bags to get like billions of gems really quickly. If you are going for high tier class fights. I don't know how exactly I'm planning on getting my cosmic wings, but that is a fairly That is like one of the two options. I'll have to do a little bit of math to see which method will be the best for me for getting high-tiered classifieds like the Cosmic Wing. Man, I am regretting not going for better equipment. I should be able to buy some once its loot gun wears off, but yeah. Charge real quickly. And then teleport back. I think once we get into the we'll probably start straight into Agent Blaze. Once we can start him, instead of worrying too much about finishing up Backdoor. We can finish that up once we get to that quest requirement from him. I think pretty easily. I can't sit down and grind this whole game. I don't know how you do it. It helps that I do have a lot of good pets, gum, and also just to make it a whole lot quicker. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just something I've kind of gotten used to over time. I know most people can't. And if you can't get it done in like 3 hours or 6 hours, there's really no point to sit down and do it in one sitting. You can much better off just chilling and doing 2 hours a day or something instead. Which I know even then that's quite a bit for people. Let's see what's the best. That's a good battery. It does mean that we can't upgrade our disruptor at all, but whatever. Where are we in terms of our requirements? So we need about 100 more advanced parts and a lot more Ecto Coffee. I'm debating if it's worthwhile using an X gun. Probably not. Probably better off using still glitchy loot. Before rebirthing, I would recommend grinding for actually grinding for good stats, which is usually one of the best methods I covered in a video recently. Allows you to get lucky cats before getting that rebirth perk. So not going for that is not a bad idea, since you can get that at basically get those at any point. I mean, they're both. It's not a bad rebirth perk if you don't have game passes, since you'll be able to grind just as fast as anyone else, and it is probably the best way to get good pets, grinding wise. Probably will take you like 3 hours to get a full team of them, or for like 4 or 5 of them. But yeah. Alright, yes, I'm going to be going for an Ecto Token Tycoon again. I already have one Ecto Token Tycoon, so this will be my second Ecto Token Tycoon, so I'll have 60% of that. That is my plans for all my... Basically, every rebirth after this will be a Tycoon. Since those are the best rebirth options currently. The only other one that unfortunately, Ecto Bit Tycoon is broken. Souls is kind of a little bit less useful, since you don't usually grind for souls for rebirth or for gems, since the rate is a little bit worse, and that little bit does start to add up. Yeah, see ya. Yeah, Ghostly Vision first, and figuring out something else later. Man. Where are we in terms of the dupe? We got 0 advanced parts through that whole 2 minutes. Sheesh. Alright, 210 Ecto Coffees, so we are done with that part of it. But yeah, still need 200 or so more advanced parts. It's ridiculous how unlucky you can get with RNG. Even just at like 30%. 30% drop rate or whatever advanced parts have. I'm assuming is an even drop rate for all the items. Probably not. It can still be quite obnoxious. Yeah, currently Ecto Bit Tycoon, the backdoor currency is, the Tycoon for it is completely broken, as in it doesn't actually give a multiplier. It's been a long-standing bug since the thing first came out. But yeah, it's quite bad. Man, so much Ecto Coffee. I just need advanced parts. Anyways. So don't go for that if you're going for a Rebirth perk. It is currently the worst because it's broken. Also, don't go for the advanced vacuum parts, since vacuum parts is vacuuming fast is like 0% useful. I also wouldn't recommend evolved pets or whatever, since just getting better pets is more helpful, and the 5% increase to your currencies is all that matters, since vacuuming faster is not helpful in most cases. Since you're usually waiting for the ghosts to respawn in anyways, vacuuming them faster does not actually decrease anything. So yeah, going for tycoons is the best, in my opinion. I mean, you can make an argument for other stuff, but you can't really. Oh, it's already been reported, like, weekly. It's, like, weekly reported, by the same Rebirth grinders. It's just no one. It's not high priority, apparently. I have no idea why it hasn't been fixed, but it is what it is. We should be able to upgrade our disruptor a little bit to make this whole thing a little bit easier. But yeah. Let's see. Hopefully we're up to 275. No. So a little bit more glitchy loot gum to be used. Man. Fortunately, I still have tons of glitchy loot gum. I use about 30 glitchy loot gum every rebirth, so I have quite a few rebirths left in terms of it. Even though I am kind of starting to feel like I'm running low, I'm not. I used to have around 850 before I did all these rebirths, so who knows. It just feels like I'm running low since I am starting to dip a lot below the amount of ghostly loot gum I have, which was kind of where my standard was for glitchy stuff. Even though I never really use glitchy loot gum, or ghostly loot gum, I guess. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where I mean, if a glitch is already, or a bug has already been reported, there's no point for someone else to report it, really, or since the devs already know about it. But at the same point, if they don't notice like the first time. Oh, perfect. We're now able to upgrade. We'll go over there really quickly. And go finish up this loot gum in here, and then talk to Agent Blaze. I just got the quad copper from the second loot bag after saying I wanted it. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. No, like getting stuff from loot bags is always really nice. Getting lucky with that RNG. Which doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's really nice. That does. Okay, time to start into Agent Blaze. Yeah. I don't like how the loot bag distribution is, in my opinion. I feel like it should be like slightly more. Since if you're doing a race with 10 people, only 3 of them are actually going to get stuff. So no, that's kind of another reason I don't like. There's a lot of reasons I don't like this update, but I'm not really going to get into too much, since it does come off quite badly, I guess, as me complaining, rather than suggesting better stuff. But like, I would much love it so that everyone doing the race gets like a bronze loot bag, and just so that there's more loot bags distributed, like a proportionate amount of like gold and silver loot bags are given out to how many people are actually racing. So it isn't like playing in a one-person server. You always get the gold loot bag. You could get like one of every loot bag or something from winning a one-player race. And then if you're winning like an 8-player race, you actually get quite a bit more stuff than just one loot bag. I don't know. It's just something I would like. I made a suggestion about it in the channel, so I'm not too concerned. But yeah. Let's see. Back to Blaze. Yeah, it's... I got the Godly from the... yeah, it's weird. Not my favorite. The loot bags from it. I mean, they're fine. I like that it's a new way to get loot bags. I feel like similar to how bosses are, everyone should get something for participating, rather than you doing a 50-second long race, since you have to TP in and then wait for the whole thing to get ready and then wait for the end scene and all that stuff. Do a 50-second long race and not get anything from it, since you got 4th place. I'd rather have a nice even spread, but yeah. RNG pretty epic today. Yeah, getting lucky is always nice to see. Let's see. Pet crates. Boop. Skip. Skip. Yeah, Skip Game Pass is really good. In my opinion, it's really worth the Robux I put for it. Let's see. Backdoor. Yeah, glitched. I don't... What do you mean by glitched? Did you end up falling into, like, the Ghost World Island? I think that's the worst one. I've also seen a few other... There's a lot of glitches in Ghost Simulator. I'd love some quality of life updates fixing all these glitches. But I realize some of them are really hard to fix. So, yeah. Especially some, like, the differences in, like, quests where they ask for bosses and don't actually need bosses. There we go. And then next should be some board crates that I have to open up. And then next, I think, is the find quest for the key, or with something else. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what Blaze is. All you really remember from Blaze is that you have to do a lot of server hopping. Board crates. Doop. I don't know why I went to board crate 3 first. There you go. I have no idea why I did in that order. I'm still a little bit tired, even though I did get like 12 hours of sleep last night. Did not help that the night before I stayed up for a long time, since I was making sure I was doing good on a leaderboard. For a different game. Yeah, it's not the best staying up, but I did anyways. I always have a bug with your board. Like the board glitches into the ground when you start it. Yeah, there's a reason why I always like jump before I equip my hoverboard. I mean, it's a subconscious thing now. You probably will notice it throughout the stream. Every time I use my hoverboard, I jump before it because I'm so used to it getting stuck in the ground. Since every time you equip it, or not every time, but lots of the time when you equip it on the ground, you end up getting stuck in it. So I just kind of jump before or equipping my hoverboard every single time now. But what do you mean by bug? There's 1, 2, 3. Back door. Should we do any quest lines for Rebirth grind? You need to do Adam. You need to do Yoko. You need to do Gatekeeper, obviously, to get your antenna upgraded. And then you just need to do Blaze and the Void. So you don't really need to do anything in like the Ghost world other than Yoko or anything in. So yeah, that's all you need to do. Doing Jesse is debatable. I wouldn't recommend for if you're just straight up Rebirth grinding. But it can do something. Another thing that I would recommend doing every Rebirth is doing Ghost Hunter Fern. She's is a little bit of a additional quest line, but you don't need to do her. But she does give you 33 crate keys during her cold quest line, which 33 crate keys for like an hour of work to do her quest line is really nice. It really starts to add up once you start doing 5 or 6 rebirths. You've already got, along with the other crate keys you get each rebirth, it does start to get quite nice. Bunny gum, jump. Yes, obbies, so difficult. There we go. Okay, much better than last time I was doing that quest line on stream. Last time I was doing that quest line on stream, I walked around on the thing thinking I just needed to stand on it for it to complete the quest for like, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds before realizing how to click it. It was bad. It was pretty awful on my part. Yeah. Yeah, we should easily be able to finish with Blaze in the time I have left. I have about an hour left I want to be streaming. And that means I think Blaze usually takes around 45 minutes to an hour, so it should be basically perfectly set to complete him. Maybe even finish up a final boss to... Maybe finish up the final boss part of it too. We'll see how far we can get. Oh, we don't need to use the bunny gum. Not too big of a loss using bunny gum. Don't need it. Don't really use it ever. When will you stream again after this? I don't really know. Maybe a Minecraft stream on Thursday would be fun. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't have a schedule for anything, but I do feel like doing some Minecraft streaming since I haven't done anything on my realm in well over 2 months, I think now. So doing like a stream Thursday would be kind of cool for Minecraft. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. Defeat any boss once. I think we can just chill here and wait for Anonymous to spawn since we are kind of in a, I think we're in like a boss rush event or whatever. So bosses spawn really quickly. So we'll kind of just wait here for Anonymous and call that good for the boss. Since defeat any boss once does include mini bosses for Yoko, which is quite nice. It will be a pretty long wait, so might as well, I guess, actually, yeah, use like a loot gum and work on getting some unlocking of the Agents HQ really quickly before. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah, we should be able to use a loot gum, and half of it will go towards getting Block Spite tokens, and then the other half will go for getting the necessary agents badges. Or moon badges, I guess is what they're called. Yeah, that'll be enough Block Spite badges, or Block Spite tokens, or whatever they're called. Unlock that. And yeah, we only need like 2 or 3 drops, I think, for this, so shouldn't be too bad to get them. I know sometimes RNG can be bad with item drops, so we might be here for a while, but can't be too bad. Once you start getting this many ghosts. Yeah, there we are. Perfectly fine. Might as well finish off the loot gum. Charge. Charge. Hopefully we have all the items now that we need for the backdoor section of it. Ooh, that's what I've needed to do. I haven't unlocked the musical meadows yet. I always forget that part for Agent Blaze. Can't go and do that now though, since I am kind of waiting for a boss here. And if I go over there, it turns into a whole thing. I have to wait again and stuff like that, so we'll see. Oh, Big Cheese is awful. If you look at Big Cheese's stats, specifically the Cell one, which is the main one I care about, and most people should be caring about, if you go look at Big Cheese, its stats are awful. Let's see, where is Big Cheese? I know I have a Big Cheese somewhere in this inventory. I think it's the Big Cheese, maybe? Do I not have the Big Cheese? I may have deleted it. We'll do a quick search. Cheese. Look at that. Yeah, no, its cell stats is horrible. 20 cell stats is meaningless, honestly. Like, you go look at other pets. 20 cell stats is going to be worse than, it's basically like a pretty bad or decent legendary. But like, even if you're, once you start looking at like godlies, like Wilson's or anything like that, Starlight, you're going to be more cell stats. So, yeah, Cheese isn't, even though it has a lot of vacuum stats, it isn't really any good. Time to go do Anonymous. Yeah, most people don't. They, like, those pets are pretty bad for stats. That's usually why I recommend when you are equipping your pets, you go sort by Ecto Token Boost, so that you can see which ones are your actual best ones, instead of just assuming. But yeah, it's, so you aren't. The sorts are really nice for that. So Adam is much better when you only consider the cell stats, which is usually the only important stat, since once you are at that vacuum stat, it doesn't matter that you have that vacuum stat, since the ghost respawn time is the main limiter in most cases. Bosses are probably the worst part of any quest line, just since it does take forever to find them and then do them. Not forever, but it does take a decent amount of time. It's not something that you can just go start grinding into, even if it does take longer. Just being able to start grinding something is much better than having to wait around for a while, in my opinion. Alright, we should be able to charge really quickly. I mean, I could. It doesn't really matter at this point. Upgrading. I think it's best just to save the tokens for converting. Yeah, bosses are annoying. They're not the worst currently, I guess, but they're still pretty bad. It's usually since you have to wait around for a little bit, which is downtime that most people don't like. Alright. Pyramid time. About 45 minutes left in the stream before the stream ends, so we'll see how that goes. What's your favorite boss as a pet? This includes any Rebirth ability ones and every one in the Void, Ghost World and Backdoor into Place, and the secret ones like Mini King and Mini. Favorite thing as a pet? Ugh. Oh, I don't really know. I mean, I like how Mini Dutchman, the original, was from like a mini boss. But yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. There's a lot of them. I mean, Fluff is cool, I guess. I think Scrooge would be I guess. I don't really know. Haven't thought about that one before, but probably Scrooge. If I had to say one. Yeah, I'd go with Scrooge. I like that boss event. It was really nice. Even if Scrooge was like over, a lot of people got it. It still was really nice to, really cool and also decent stats for its time, or really good stats for its time, but decent stuff. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. Alright, another obby time. There you go. Back to the back door. I don't know what... do you mean Mini Dutchman in the Ghost World, or Mini Anonymous in the back door? How many gems do you get every Rebirth? I get around, I think, 20 million-ish. I think. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't really paying attention last time I Rebirthed. And I haven't really been doing too efficient and using loot or XGum. But yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. That doesn't really exist. What pets are good before rebirth? I made a video outlining how you could get lucky cat stat pets before rebirthing. So that's probably the best thing to do before. Yeah, I don't think such a pet exists. I'm pretty sure you're trying to pull someone's leg. There is no such thing as that pet. The only secret bosses per se, are Mini King, Mini Dutchman, from the Jolly Roger loot bag, and then Mini Anonymous from the Anonymous loot bag. Hello. Yeah, no, someone's trying to be a little annoying, or pulling a leg, or pulling a joke, I guess. Seeing how gullible people are. Yeah, good pets to get before your rebirth would just be mythicals, I'd say, from developer crates, or, as I said, the corrupted heads would be cool from that too, but those are a little bit harder to get. Best would be just to grind some lucky cats, using a little bit of a cheese, before rebirthing, using Rowan's overcharge, but doesn't really matter. I can't even get the mythicals in the dev chest. Yeah, that's why I usually would recommend not getting those. Honestly, if you've entered, like, a lot of the codes recently, like 2 years and stuff like that, you'll be fine for rebirthing. What's the coolest area in my opinion? Oh... I'm assuming doing a blanket ghost world would not be fine. It's a cool area and very weird in how it works. Just with having sets of 2 ghosts instead of 3. The fact that it's low grav. Item drops being a little bit weirder than every other place. Just really weird, which makes it quite cool. Yeah, we're not going to be converting all that right now. Yeah, literally everywhere I like everywhere in the Ghost Sim. Backdoor is really cool with how it mirrors the main hub. The final boss area is, nah. I mean, it serves its purpose, but it's not something I'd be like, oh, look at that, mini void area, or the final boss area, cool. But it is what it is. I like that you can glitch out of the final boss area, but that's not something too particular. Yeah, that's the newest code. There's also code that's still active if you haven't entered it yet, which is the code 2 years. 2 years basically gives you a free godly. Good stat godly too, which is quite nice. Goodbye. Using a bunny gum, hopefully. There you go, click that. Turn your back door. Yeah, if you already entered code 2 years, I don't think there's any other good stat ones available. Let me go check the wiki real quick for you. Codes. Codes. Okay, current ones. Yeah, okay. Man. All of these codes are still available. Currently, the first rando gives you 2 event bait, so it's pretty cool. Code 2 years gives you a really good pet. Let me check the wiki again. Not a bad pet. It's just a legendary. Blocks bite 2, or blocks bite 500k, or BB 500k, I guess. Gives you blocks boy 500, which is pretty low on stats. So maybe not worth it for most people. But definitely entering the code 2 years if you haven't already for encryption would be a good idea. But yeah, back to main hub. Yeah, there's currently there's not too many codes still out there. I mean, I guess you still have. Yeah, there's like. Okay, I say there's not many codes valid right now. I'm meaning for like good pets. There's still the Firefly one from the first update, Rift from 4th update, Space from the 5th update, 1 year from update 51, which is over a year ago. Yeah, there's still a lot of codes still available, but they're not particularly good in stats. Like Firefly is absolutely awful. Like that. Let's go back to that door. Yeah, that's actually that's fairly good stat pets. I would recommend getting Lucky Cats before rebirthing. I know it's a little bit of a cheesy glitch, but it'll get patched eventually. So you could just rebirth for Lucky Eyes and then grind them that way, which is actually not a bad way to do it since it's not too much different than doing it before you rebirth, doing it instantly after rebirthing. There you go. Got some more pickles and Orbas. Stuff I'm never going to use. Alright, Ghost World time. Yeah, it does take a while to get those lucky loot bags, and if you get bad RNG, it's just rebirth, honestly. Won't hurt. Let's see. We're doing pets, not flying over to do that. Where are we at in terms of this? More crowns and more goblets. Shop pet crates. There you go. And back to back door. Probably barely get done with Blaze up to the final boss. Probably won't be able to finish final boss entirely. Since that does take 15 minutes and we don't even barely have 30 minutes left in the stream. So, not going to get done with the Rebirth this stream, which was kind of what I was expecting. Nice. We're stuck in an island. Completing the race. Our tunnel lobby. Oh, interesting. Did you get like stuck in like a shop screen or something like that? That just sounds interesting. I haven't heard that one before. Defeat the Grim mini-boss once. We'll teleport over to Ghost World in the private server. And then hopefully collect items while the Grim spawns. I think currently the timers are halved for a event, or the half event or whatever. So we should be able to just chill for a little bit. We need 250 or 260, I guess. So we need tons more goblets and a few more crowns. So we can do that while we're waiting for Grim. Quite easily. Not really worth a loot gum since we are getting quite a few items. Anyways. No, racing will be in forever. I know it says event, but it's just basically they changed, instead of it being a boss every 10 minutes, it's an event every 5 minutes. Which it gets really confusing when they're using the word event for 5 different things. Instead of just calling it, yeah, it's so basically in the main hub, it's now a boss event, alternating with a race event, which everyone is finding confusing, so, good luck with it. It's kind of interesting. That computer sounds, the keyboard sounds are a little bit annoying. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I personally like hearing in the recording all the keyboard sounds, but I guess it can be quite annoying. So I'll try to keep it down instead of spamming spacebar through every single quest. Where are we in terms of items? 290, 260, perfect on those. Goblets 217. So we need about 50 more goblets. And then we'll be able to complete opening the musical meadow and all that stuff, which we could just get bad luck or bad RNG with and not get any more items until Grim spawns, but once Grim spawns we'll go do that, and then no matter what, and then teleport back. No, it's not a limited, it's going to be out forever, so it's just, the quest is going to be one of those things that you continue doing forever, the hoverboard quest, so you're kind of just supposed to chill with that hoverboard quest in the back of your journal, and eventually get 100, like, after 2 months or something, complete a quest of it and move on to the next quest, and claim, like, the rewards and stuff, instead of it being, like, something you're supposed to do in, like, a day. I like the keyboards. Yeah, I know, it's just, I understand why it can be annoying, instead of me talking just a bunch of keyboard spam. So I understand that. But it's all, it is what it is. I could figure out some way to minimize the noise of it. I don't know how to really play with settings and stuff like that, so I can't really. But I think we're about at 230-ish goblets, which means we need about 30 more, but we'll be able to get that once the next comes. But time to go to Grim now. I think Grim spawns over on this island first, so we'll start heading over here. Do you have the hypnotic board? No, I don't. I think that's the one that you get from the, let me go find it, not journal, the store, I think. From the, no, I'm not wanting to buy an auto unbox Game Pass. From the starter pack, which, I don't think is worth it to buy the starter pack, since it's pretty awful. But yeah. Hello, Creekcraft. Probably... want to offer for mine? I don't really care too much about trying for stuff I don't have. Like, if I go look through my journal, there's tons of stuff I don't have from older events, that I'm just not going to ever really worry about. Like, just tons of stuff that I'm never going to unbox or trade forever. But it's limited. I don't know. Really, is it actually? Oh, is it really? I think it actually is classified as a limited. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's in the index somewhere. I'm not always 100% sure. Even though it is always available to be bought, which is a little confusing in my opinion. Yeah, it is classified as a limited. Yeah, no. As I said, I don't really care for trading for things I don't have. It's not really in my... Yeah, there are some things, I guess that is probably the only example of a limited thing currently that is always going to be obtainable. But... Oh yeah, grinding level 10s for like Yoko, and also there's a leveling quest for Blaze that I just thank you for reminding me about. But there's the leveling quests do kind of take forever, and you have to use kind of a random common, and are a little bit annoying. Not the worst quests ever, but still a little bit strange. Let's use an XCOM. Hopefully, so we actually get a little bit more souls, so we can get a little bit more gems before rebirthing, and teleport over the back door. Yeah, it does take a while to get through those Yokos and stuff like that. Do you know how to get the tradable crate keys? You used to be able... crate keys used to always be tradable, before they added so many ways to get them that they realized they shouldn't be tradable anymore. So you used to be able to get them from you used to get them in boss chests, and then when they added non-tradable versions, everything that you could obtain from in-game were non-tradable, and then the purchasable ones are tradable. So you can get them from trading with other people that have bought like crate keys from the in-game shop, or like when you go into open crate chest, you can go select to buy crate keys there. But yeah, really old crate keys that you've had forever, you will be will be tradable. So if you've been playing the game for like, when was it? Like over a year or something ago, or probably even longer than that. You might have still some residual tradable crate keys that you haven't used. Let's see, it's not this way, it's this way. So yeah. So, I have a few tradable crate keys still on my alt. No more on my main, since I think I either used them all on a opening. I don't think I used them. I think I traded all my tradable ones to my alt. It's like 3 or something, so it's not much. Honestly, no one really cares about tradable crate keys in terms of value wise. So yeah. Yeah, most people get stuck around that antenna level. It does take a while to upgrade your antennas, so that's kind of annoying. Alright, time to go unlock Musical Meadows. Which is... I did work on it a little bit, so it isn't as much grinding to get there, but it's still going to be like a minute or two to get the necessary items to unlock it, to actually go grab those items. Let me open up and see how many items we have. 236, so as I said, we need 260. It's not worth using a loot gum, although that would really speed it up, since all I need would be 1 drop, but yeah, it'll take a little bit of time to get all, like 20 we need more. Yeah, I don't have Musical Meadows unlocked. I kind of forgot about that when I was working on the Yoko, to take a little bit more time to get the Musical Meadows. It's not too big of an issue, but yeah, everywhere worth getting it it's always something I forget, unless I spend like 5 minutes using with a loot gum, since yep, it is my 9th rebirth currently. So yeah, 20 more minutes left in this that I'm planning on streaming. Currently we need 6 more of these drops, and then we can go grab some music sheets from Musical Meadow, and that will be this quest done with. I'm trying to remember what other quests we have left, before we can just stick in the back door, which goes by really quick, all the stuff in the back door. Yeah, sometimes drops are just bad. Let's see. Perfect. 2 more drops. Yeah, the amount of work you need for Musical Meadows is very minimal. Like, I think most people are able to clear this part quite quickly. We'll grab the gems, because why not? And back to Blaze. Yeah, it's interesting getting this far into Rebirths. I'll be sticking at 10 for a while, since I don't really know how much more I'd need after. There's no more I need to do. I mean, 8 was the minimum I really needed to do for storyline, getting divine pets that I needed, all the infinite ones. At this point, it's just going for more of the ring, more of the, what was I saying? More of the tycoons, so I can grind gems better, which I guess isn't really something that I might even end up even doing, since I can just, oop, purple ring. Since I can just grind for a glitchy rift gum and then anonymous loot bags, since that's probably going to be the faster way to get gems for getting high tier cost fights. Man. Chilling here for a while. There we go. We're teleported now. It was taking a while. I think the first one didn't quite send the correct request or something, but it happens occasionally when you're switching worlds. 15 more minutes left in the stream-ish. About 6 more tasks in the ghost world, and then I'll be just straight backdoor stuff. Pet leveling, beautiful. Not really, but I'll say it's beautiful. Pug. Nope, twinkles. Ah, look at that. Beautiful twinkles. And a pig, it looks like. Alright. So time to go grab some random stuff to upgrade those up to 5, it looks like. Will be where I'm going to. Plus 200 purple. Yeah, the purples are a little bit hindrance on my inventory. It's not too bad. It's only 401, so it's not like I have no space to unbox stuff, even though I only have like 100 or so. But, you know, there's things that you have to sacrifice to have 401 purples in your inventory. It's not bad. Alright, now I just need to get one of these up to level 5, which usually just means getting both up to level 5, since I don't want to go figure out my inventory and swap one around or anything like that. Alright. There we go. Did a pet just level up? Yeah, okay. Level 4 now. Just a few more ghosts till they get to level 5. This quest always takes a little bit of time. It's not the worst quest from Blaze, but leveling quests are always just slightly annoying. They do take a little bit of time, and you'd rather have something already at that level, so you just need one ghost, which you never have that available. You always want it available, and you don't. And it usually takes more time to find someone willing to trade something. I think the worst is there's a quest I think that requires you to get a godly to level 5 or somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it's awful leveling up godlies, and having to do that for a quest is yikes. Alright, I think next thing is the mega boss, maybe? Not quite sure. Alright, nope, obby. Obby time! So, basically using a bunny gum. Yeah, we'll probably barely get done with all the Ghost World part of Blaze before moving on. Hello, Jay. Welcome back, I think. And hello, Roblox Gamer. Welcome back, too. Let's see, where is our bunny gum? There our bunny gum is. There we go. Took a few more tries than I thought. It's going to end in like 10 minutes. Yeah. It's going to be pretty bad. False spawn. Okay. Yeah, we'll hopefully get done with all of Blaze. Ooh, no wait. We'll probably get done with all the Ghost World. I realize that doing the doing Great Guardian will probably take 5 minutes on its own. Which will be probably the biggest part of the last 10 minutes of the stream. So yeah, the stream's getting pretty close to end. Do you trade 100 glitchy loot gum? I mean, I don't really. I know trading glitchy loot gum can be really good for getting like limited and stuff like that. But I don't really think it's going to be too much something I really do ever. Since keeping glitchy loot gum for like alts and stuff can be quite nice, also for like giveaways and stuff. So I don't really plan on trading any of it. I'll see, but I don't know, honestly. I haven't really figured out what I'm any really far future plans, so we'll see. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I think these boss incoming timers definitely need to be shortened at some point. Probably like 30 seconds a piece. I really need the glitchy loot gum. Yeah, the best way to get glitchy loot gum is just to grind for it in most cases. I mean, it is quite annoying to grind for, but you know, it's the best you can do. It especially if you haven't got up to a rebirth yet, or you just rebirth, getting glitchy loot gum not really worthwhile. So just before rebirthing, take some time to grind them. I mean, yeah, 1 minute 30 is just way too long to be waiting for nothing. So much random overlap in the UI at the top with still having the mini boss incoming timer and everything like that. This is weird seeing it all. Alright, there you go. The Great Guardian should be falling shortly. And I can vacuum for a little bit. Interesting. Okay. Definitely not working on something else right now. But yeah, I should probably pay a little bit more attention to finishing off the Great Guardian and then figure out once I'm done with the stream, the other stuff. But yeah, multitasking, I mean, I like multitasking, even if it is not effective whatsoever. Interesting. That's not good. And we missed the cycle. So this is now going to turn into a 7-cycle boss, which is annoying, especially since we're like less than 1% off from the next stage. Oh well, it happens. It happens every time. Or, it doesn't happen every time, but it happens every once in a while. Just what it is. Especially when I'm not paying attention. And there we go, next cycle. There we go. Yeah, this will probably, when I finish up the Great Guardian, will probably be just the end of the stream there. I might have a little bit more time to go collect the secret key and then the last little bit of pressing the button. But yeah, this is pretty much the last good portion of the stream, fighting the boss. Which is basically just same thing, same old thing. Fighting the Great Guardian happens so much is just basically free at this point. I'm at 40 key drives, so this will bring me up to 42 key drives. 250 for the mini Guardian, which is kind of a cool collectible pet that I might get at some point. But yeah, I don't know. It's not something I plan on grinding for, but maybe. I mean, it would be a halfway decent stream to just grind for Guardian keys, I guess, or data drives, or whatever they're called, key drives, I think. I don't know. What would your guys' opinions being on Great Guardian grind streams? Yes, Randish. I remember your username. I don't remember, like, anything specific about you, but I do remember the username and profile pic. Yeah. But 2 minutes left. Yeah, I think I'll just finish up the Ghost World part of Blaze and call it good for the stream. Doesn't matter how long that takes. It'll probably be it's already a little bit over, I think 3 hours of stream, so a few extra minutes I don't think anyone will complain about. Sell there and teleport to Blaze. And should have been using like an XCOM, but It's not too big of a deal. Oop. Find the next fragment, which is just sitting somewhere on a staircase in the wide open part of Ghost World. Let's see. Yeah, just this key and then the button next to Victor that I have left for Yoko. Sell. Yeah, lots of people just don't care for grinding for gum. I mean, it is really nice to grind for gum, in my opinion, but I can see why people don't like it. Just get 279 USBs. Yeah, that's a very specific number of USBs. Is that how much I have, or no? That can't be how much I have. I don't have that much. I have like 150 or something, or 250. Okay. Yeah, no, grinding for USBs is weird. Or when you have USBs, it's weird. When you're going through the back door. Very specific. Yeah, let's see. Send out the signal. Yeah, we'll complete this and then go back to Blaze, and I think that'll be the end of the stream. Thank you guys for. As I say every stream, thank you guys for coming out to them. It is really nice to see people come out to every single stream or few streams, especially when it's been the same thing for the last like 5 days straight, or not 5 days, but like the last 5 streams have basically all been Rebirth streams. So, as I said earlier, I am planning on doing a maybe another stream later this week on Minecraft, since I kind of want to get a little bit more content on that done. The realm is doing pretty nicely, in my opinion. I mean, it's kind of what you'd expect from a realm. A few people play now and again. Some people play for a week straight and then don't play ever again. But yeah. Yeah, I'll see you next stream. I don't know why I love watching. Yeah, watching live streams is weird. I don't know why so many people do it so often. But especially when there's tons of other stuff. But yeah. Looks like we are straight into backdoor now. 3-hour stream, got done with End of Yoko, Gatekeeper, Blaze, and backdoor. So a little bit of a slow stream, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. That will